Hi, I'm Karina, and today we're going to be talking about some common myths and things I wish I had known about toppers before I started wearing them. So I found a company that was local to me. I could go in there and have a fully customized piece. Now, I spent a fortune on this first piece, and although it was beautiful, it wasn't something that was going to last me for a while because I realized with hair toppers that I had a lot more flexibility with my hair now than I did prior to wearing toppers. So I got really pigeonholed on that first topper, and it made me a little bit regret my purchase because it was so much money and I wanted other things from my topper. So first of all, let's talk about what a topper is. A hair topper is actually designed to be incorporated with your bio hair. So it's really hard to tell here, but you blend your bio hair with your topper. You can't quite tell where my hair begins and the hair topper begins because it looks really good together. But I'm going to show you without the topper on what my bio hair looks like, and that will hopefully give you a little bit of a better idea. So hair toppers are meant to be used in combination with your bio hair, unlike a wig, which is in general designed to be worn completely covering your bio hair. So this hair topper clips, and it uses these pressure clips right here directly into my bio hair. So that is how this topper is designed to be worn, clipped into my bio hair. And you, as you can see, the base here, and the bases on hair toppers vary a lot. So don't get too stuck on the base sizing, but the base here is the part that covers your bio hair. And then the rest of this kind of blends into your bio hair. So this is my bio hair without the topper on. And then once I place it on, so as you can see, I usually line up my part line and I place mine a little bit behind my hairline. Different toppers are designed to be worn different ways. And you kind of just scoop the topper into your bio hair. You open up those pressure clips. I like to hold on to the top of the topper, scoop up some bio hair, and then clip it shut. And you do that with all the toppers. And as you can see here, this is my bio hair. And up here is the topper hair. What I love about toppers is you can wear them kind of pulled back into a low ponytail, and you get to see your bio hair under here, so it looks very natural. It's easy to tuck behind your ear, and again, it looks very natural. Now there are lots more details and things to know about wigs versus toppers. I do have some other videos that I'll link here for you in case that is helpful. Specifically a topper kind of 101 video and maybe a video about wig versus topper. I would encourage you to look into those if you're really deciding between the two, but that's just kind of a brief overview about what a topper is and how it's designed to be worn. What I really want to focus on in this video are common myths and doubts and questions about toppers. And these were some things that kind of held me back from trying a topper initially. So I just wanted to go over them so that you can know my experience. The first thing that I get often is it going to look natural? Is it going to blend well? What is it going to look like with my bio hair? So I can show you, and I did show you already, just the difference that this makes with the coverage on my hair and the blend. Being able to tuck it behind your ear, being able to put it into a ponytail, like those things make a huge difference for me. I think that they look very natural. If you get very up close and personal in my space, you might be able to tell if you look very, very closely that I have something on my head. But you would quite literally have to be almost like standing over me, looking down at my scalp in order to notice anything at all. For the most part, I think it looks very natural. It's very close to my bio hair color, so it blends really well. Truth be told, I've never once had anyone ask me about what is on my head or anybody call me out in any way, shape, or form. I do tell those that I'm very close to that I wear hair. Most people assume it's extensions and then move on because extensions, for whatever reason, are hugely normalized in our current culture. However, toppers are not. So that's part of the reason why I do what I do, because I would love for toppers to be normalized, but also I just think it's something that flies under the radar that most people just don't even know. And they assume if your hair looks a little bit fuller or longer or, I don't know, more beautiful, that maybe you got extensions. Another concern I had when I was first getting started was like, is this thing just gonna fly off of my head if it's a windy day or something? Or is it gonna, what if I ride the bike with my kids? Or what if, I want to jump on the trampoline? Like, what is going to happen with my hair? Now, in general, I don't like to jump on the trampoline with my topper on just because I am home and with my kids, and I don't want it to get tangly. But I can let you know or rest assured that this thing has never once flown off my head in windy days. I've been off-roading, I have been biking, I have been on roller coasters with this thing on, and never once has it fallen off my head. It is very secure. Now, I do a few things to make sure that it is even more secure if I'm going to be doing something like a roller coaster, which I've gone on like an 80-mile-per-hour roller coaster with a hair topper on, and it stayed just fine, so it's okay. But I did a few other things to make sure it was nice and secure. Some of those things that you can do are add a halo wire to your topper or a wig grip. Great options. I usually will do that if I'm going to an amusement park or something, just as an added element of security, and so that the topper's not pulling on my bio hair, which is important to me. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. But another option is to pull your hair into, like we talked about earlier, a low ponytail. And so what that does is it just adds another element of security, another way you're kind of making sure that the topper stays nice and secure to your head. But again, windy days, I've even used one of those yard blower things and had my kids test it out. My hair topper stayed totally fine. Now, another big one for a lot of people is it comfortable? Now, this is one of those things that is very different for different people. So what I'm going to say doesn't speak to everybody and their experience, but I would say most people have a similar experience. Initially, when you first start wearing your topper, it's kind of like a headband. If you've never really worn a headband before, and you all of a sudden start wearing something on your head that maybe adds a little bit of pressure to your head, it's going to take a breaking in period. And by this, I mean, it's not like it's yanking out your hair and it's super uncomfortable, but it's something that your scalp has to adjust to. So you can expect to experience a little bit of discomfort initially. And this is just, once again, when you start wearing something new. I would even venture to say the same thing is true when you start wearing a ring on your finger. For example, when I first got engaged, I felt like my ring was so uncomfortable because I wasn't used to wearing rings, and it would aggravate me, and I would be excited to take it off in the evening, which sounds terrible. I'm happily married, love my husband, wear my ring all the time, but even now I don't have it on because why? I'm at home and I didn't think to put it on. So I would say that toppers are similar in that you're going to feel them on your head. It's not like you're going to walk around all day and not know it's there, but it's similar to wearing a ring or maybe a headband on your head. It's something you might have to get used to, that feeling of it. And there will be probably initially a breaking in period, and that is okay and totally normal. Something that helps with this breaking in period is using that halo wire that comes with most UniWigs toppers. Will come with a halo wire, which is so helpful, and I love that they are doing that now. Another thing that helps with this breaking in period is using multiple clips, and by that I mean like you can add additional clips to your hair topper. They're very easy to sew into your topper, and you can rotate those clips. So say maybe you have 6 clips in your hair topper, you would clip in 4 each time. You wouldn't clip in all 6. And then that way it allows different areas of your head to get a break. Same thing with the halo wire. If you're using it in combination with the halo wire, you don't have to use all of the clips. Maybe sometimes you only use 2 clips and the halo wire. This just allows your scalp the natural break so that you're not irritating or rubbing or clipping into the same spot every time. Another major concern that I definitely had when I first started wearing toppers was, is this going to pull out the little bit of bio hair I have left? And the answer is no, if you learn how to wear your hair topper properly. This is a very important part of topper wearing, is making sure you're clipping in your bio hair the right way and not adding any extra pressure or strain or stress to the bio hair that you have. So when you're putting on your hair topper, and I have other videos that talk about how to do this, but when you're putting on your hair topper, please make sure that you're scooping up as much bio hair as possible. And by that, I mean, you put the pressure clip, you kind of pull down on the hair topper, you hold on to your hair topper, and you scoop up as much of your bio hair as you can into that clip before you fix it shut or push it shut. This gives, it basically spreads out the strain that you're putting on your bio hair by including as much bio hair as possible so that it's not just pulling or tugging on just one little strand or a few little strands. And that way it's like extra strong, it gives it more strength, more security. We also talked about rotating clips and using that halo wire. All of these things will help protect the integrity of your bio hair. I'll take off my hair topper so you can see what my bio hair looks like. You can notice if you're clipping in consistently all the same place and you're not doing it the right way, you might have something called friction alopecia. My hair always looks fun after I take it out of the topper. And that just might mean some breakage right near the clips. So just watch out for something like that. You will notice if you're experiencing any kind of friction alopecia. However, I've been wearing toppers almost every single day for the last 2 years, and I have not experienced any kind of friction alopecia or any kind of additional hair loss due to topper wearing. And I'm trying to point out where exactly I'm clipping it in. Usually my clips fall right around here and here, and I don't have any extra breakage or loss in those areas. So I hope this has kind of given you a little bit of encouragement and answered some of those questions that were on the forefront of your mind as you're looking into potentially purchasing a topper or exploring topper wearing. I do know that there are some initial nerves involved, and so please know that that is totally normal and just a part of the process. I highly encourage you to wear the topper around your home when you first get it, just to get used to wearing it for a while. Do that for a solid week before you venture out in public. This helps build up that confidence, build up that courage, and also helps familiarize yourself with the topper and seeing yourself in the mirror with the topper. All of these things are really, really important before you step out in public with your topper, just to help build that confidence, knowing that you can put the topper on with confidence, you can look at yourself in the mirror throughout the day and feel beautiful. All of these things are very important. Topper wearing is not a one size fits all, so what works for me may not necessarily work for you, and that's okay, and that's normal. But I'm always here to help answer questions. If you have them, please comment below, or you can always message me on Instagram. And please don't forget to like and subscribe for more wig and topper tips and content. This just helps me know if I'm actually producing helpful content for you and if I should keep bothering with it.